Okay, welcome to day 9. So today we're going to look at more data or more Python data structures. We're going to look at sets and dictionaries, right? So previously during the week we talked about tuples and lists. So today we're going to look at sets and dictionaries. So okay, we have what is set, right? So a set is a collection of unique values. This means that a set does not allow duplicate values. If the same value appears more than once, Python automatically removes the duplicates. Right? So sets are useful when we only want each item to appear once, such a list of a unique student names, subjects, or email addresses. Right? So a set is a collection of unique values, right? So we still remember that to create a loop we use square brackets. To create a tuple we use round brackets, right? To create a set we use curly braces. Okay, so to create a set we use what? Curly braces. Alright, so let's create our first set. Let's say we have what? Subject equals to, let's say we have maths, English, geo, and then maths again, right? So print subject. So remember that a set is a collection of unique values, right? It doesn't allow duplicates, right? So I'm now going to run the code. See, it printed what? Geo, maths, English. Even though we put we have maths twice, which means that it ignored the other maths. It only counted the first maths value. So if you have the same value more than once, it's going to ignore the other values. Okay. Any questions so far about sets?
Yeah, no.
No. Okay, great. Okay. So with that said, Python automatically removes the duplicate values. Also, if you notice that we started with maths, English, geo, maths, but it printed geo, maths, English. That's because with a set, the order may change because sets are unordered. Unlike lists and tuples whereby they are ordered, with a set they are unordered. So whenever you print it, maths might go last, English might go first. A set is not ordered, right? Okay, so the order may change because of that, right? So right, just like a list or any data structure, with a set you can also add items into it. You just have to call the set name and the dot add function, and then your round brackets and the value that you are adding. So let's say we're adding our science. This is how you add something into a set. We use the dot add method, right? Let me print the new set. I'm now running the code. See, we now added new set. We now added a new value, science. Right. So if you want to add something in a set, we use the dot add method. Right. And if you want to remove something in a set, subject dot remove, we use dot remove, the dot remove method. Let's say geo. Okay. So you only use this when you know the value that you want to remove. So we use the dot remove method, open your brackets, and then in between those brackets, that's when you enter the value that you want to remove. Okay. So the dot remove method deletes an item from the set. Okay. So okay, well, let me clear. Let's say geo2, right? See, if you try to remove something that doesn't exist in the set, you are going to get an error, as you can see on my terminal. Right. So always make sure whatever you are removing in the set, you have it inside the set. Otherwise, you are going to get an error. Okay. Any questions so far?
So, dot add yakasiyana haishandi zvimwe chete nedot append yatakamboshandisa kumalist.
It works the same way, but they serve different purposes. Dot append is only used when you're working with lists. Okay. And then when you're working with a set, we use dot add.
Dot remove inoshanda kwese zvakafanana.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Mr. Lupangwa has joined us. So, Mr. Lupangwa, today we're looking at sets and dictionaries. Those are also Python data structures, right?
Okay.
So a set is a collection of unique values, right? So this means that a set does not allow duplicate values. If the same value appears more than once, Python automatically removes the duplicate. Okay. So to create a set, you just name it with your variable and then curly braces. Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Just so that you can see what you mean by that a set doesn't allow duplicate values. You see here we have in my set I have maths, English, geo, and maths again, right? But when I print my set, it's going to print geo, maths, English.
Wow.
So which means it automatically removed the second maths.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
Okay. And a set is not ordered. You know that maths is at index 0, English is at index 1, but with sets that's not how it works. If you look at my terminal, it printed geo, maths, English, but if you look at the set, maths is at the beginning, followed by English.
That's very true, sir. Thank you.
So
wow,
a set is unordered.
Let me check notes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. And okay. So if you want to add something in a set, we use the dot add method. Open your brackets, and inside those brackets, that's when you add the new value that you want to add in your set. And if you want to remove something in a set, we use the dot remove method, and then inside the brackets you add the value of what you want to remove in a set. Right. Yes, Mr. Lupangwa.
So are these set methods or
Oh yes,
going
yes. Dot add and dot remove, they are set methods.
beautiful.
But with a set, if let's say subject dot remove geo2, we don't have geo2 on the set. I'm now running the code. We get an error. So whenever you use the dot remove method, make sure that whatever you are removing exists inside your set. Don't make a spelling error because you're going to get a key error. Okay. Good. Any questions? Okay, so no questions. Okay, so we also have the discard method. Subjects dot discard. Let's say history. No, it's subject. Print okay. So you have subject dot discard history, right? But inside our set, we don't have history, right? True. So I'm now running the code. We don't the print statement didn't print any error despite using dot discard and despite not having history, right? So
Yeah.
dot remove and dot discard are the same. They both remove something from your set, but the difference is that with dot discard, if that value doesn't exist in your set, you're not going to get an error. So it's better to use dot discard instead of dot remove, because with dot remove you're going to get an error.
That makes perfect sense.
Any questions are between dot remove and dot discard?
So you encourage us to use dot discard on sets.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So, but it's also good to know dot remove. Right. Okay. Okay. Let's say print len subject. If you want to get how many items are in your set, we still use the len function, the len method. We use it everywhere. Do we all still remember how to use the len method?
Yeah, slightly. I think, yeah. I know.
Right. As
One, three, four.
listen. So now by the dot len method in a set, right? It tells us how many unique items are in a set, right? So here we have maths, English, geo, maths. So it removed maths, the second maths, only and only left these three values, right? So it only tells us how many unique items are in the set. If we have duplicate items, it's not going to count them.
Thank you, sir. That makes sense.
Okay. So any questions so far? Okay, so no questions. Okay. Okay. If you want to check a certain value exists in your set, we still use the in keyword. For example, let's say we have print. Let's say we're checking maths in subject. So you are checking if in our set do we have maths. If we do, it's going to print true. If not, it's supposed to print false. Right? See, anyone with a question? Okay. Oh, okay. So we use the in keyword to check if we have a certain value in a set. So you write the value that you want to check and then use the in keyword followed by the name of the set. So you can put this in a variable or wherever. Yeah, I put it in a print function so that you can see what it's going to print. If I change it and say maths 1, it's going to print false because inside our set we don't have maths 1. We only have maths. Okay. So maths in subject, it only returns true or false. Right. So we use the in keyword to check whether an item exists or it doesn't exist in a set. Right. Okay. Looping in a set. Anyone wants to tell us how we loop in a set and access every value one by one? Wants to take the chance and guess? Anyone? Yes, Mr. Alupangwa.
Sir, may you please just repeat your question?
Looping over a set using a for loop.
Okay.
Who wants to tell us how to loop over a set?
Okay. I think we use a for loop, but then
Okay, so how do we write the for loop?
for
Okay, for
subject,
subject or subjects.
just no S.
We can use subject because our set is called subject, so we need a different variable.
Sorry, sir. I didn't see that. I thought the variable was subjects. Okay, so let's use for subjects.
Okay, for subjects. In
subject.
Okay, subject. Okay, let's see. I'm now running the code. Exactly. So we all now understand how a for loop works. Correct?
That seems like it.
Okay, so we can loop through every item in a set using a for loop. Right. So for the set, the common methods we have is the .add method, .remove, and .discard. Right. Oh yeah, we also have another method that I forgot about. This yes. Any questions?
Inadovunza but print lendi duwebe.
Yes.
Atibulitsira 3, right?
Yes, that's correct.
But tamboeda science.
That's correct. So what happened here? Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So, but
Yeah.
the len function, it only counts the unique values. So since we have our 2 mates, it's going to remove 1. So we're going to be left with 3 values, right? And then we added science. So that means now you have 4 values. Then we removed geo. So we're back to 3 values. Then here we removed history, but it doesn't exist. So our set was left unchanged. That's why it printed 3.
Nah, thank you.
Okay, subject dot. Okay, say print. Okay. So we also have another method, subject dot clear. Right. So this removes all of the items. Wait, I'm now running the code. Okay. So subject dot clear, it removes all of the items in a set. So I ran subject dot clear and printed the set, right? It just returned set, showing that this is an empty set. There's nothing inside this set. Do we get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the dot clear method removes every item inside a set. Okay. So we learned how to store. We learned about a set that a set stores unique values. Duplicate values are removed automatically, and that sets are unordered. We can add, remove, and check items. In the common set methods. Any questions with sets?
Yeah, no to my side.
Okay, so no questions with sets. Okay, let's move on to another data structure, a dictionary. Okay, a dictionary. Okay, so a dictionary stores information using key value pairs, right? So it stores information using key value pairs. Key value pairs. Okay. So you can think of a dictionary like a real dictionary. If you have used a dictionary before, you know that it has a key and a value. You search for the word, and then next to the word there's a meaning. So in Python, a dictionary is also like that. It's similar to that. It has a key and a value. So the name is the key, and then the meaning is the value. Right. Okay, so in Python, the key is the label and the value is the information. Right, so for example, okay, let's say student. Now, okay, now, yes, to declare set, you use curly braces, right? And also with the dictionary, you use curly braces. Do we see that? A set uses curly braces, and the dictionary uses curly braces.
True. Okay, so what differentiates both of them?
This is what differentiates both of them. So you see a set, you just write the values, comma, the value, comma, just like that, like how you do it on a list, right?
Yes.
But with a dictionary, this is where it changes. We have our key, colon, and then the value. And then we now have our comma. This is the difference. Do you see the difference between a set and a dictionary?
Right.
Yes. So with a dictionary, on the left side, this is where we have our key, and then on the right side, this is where we have our value. So our key and value are separated by a colon. So this is why we call a dictionary key value pair. Right? So after you have declared your first key value pair, if you want to add more key value pairs, that's when we use a comma to separate the items. Okay. Do you all understand how to create a dictionary? So
Yes.
I'll take that as an yes. Okay. Let me print the dictionary. Print student. See what it prints. It when I print the dictionary, it prints the key and the value separated by the comma, another key and another value. Right. So now the key is always a string. Remember that the key is always a string, so always have the double quotation marks, right? But the value, it can be any data type, or it can even be a data structure, right? So the value can even be a list if that's what you're working on. But the key, it's always a string no matter what. Right. Do you all understand it?
Yes.
Okay. Key is on the left, value is on the right. Key and value are separated by a colon. Okay, the key is always a string. Okay. Okay, so we have print student. Now I want to print the value Brandon. How do I do that? Want to take a guess? Here I've already print student. Now I only want to print Brandon. How do we do that? Yes, Mr. Lupankwa.
So I'm thinking with an index.
No.
Okay.
No.
Also, did you say we're not allowed to index in sets, or you said it just works different? I don't know.
In sets, we are not allowed to index because the values are not fixed. They are unordered. They can change.
Oh, thank you. That's a good reason.
So, yes, Alan.
I think to what under the print student.
Yes.
What enda mukati medu. What sama what is a colon.
No.
What
Okay.
is some brackets to what it's new.
Which brackets?
Hello?
Which brackets are we putting?
Kelly brackets.
No. So we use square brackets and then the key. Right, I'm not running the code. See, it printed Brandon. So with a dictionary, if you want to access the value, you have to call out the name of the dictionary, square brackets, and inside the square brackets, that's where you write the key. Remember, the left side is the key, the right side is the value. So if you want to access the value, you write your dictionary name, square brackets, and your key. Then that's how you're going to access the value. Okay. So we access dictionary values by using their keys. Okay. Do we all understand it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me clear. So let's say student. Okay. Let's say age, or let's say name. Okay. Let's say print. Print student. Okay. What's going to happen? Just by looking at this code, what do you think is going to happen? Who wants to take a guess? Anyone?
I think it will print Alan.
No. Remember, here I'm printing the dictionary. Student is the dictionary. Okay. Okay. List equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, right? List 4 equals to 5. With the list, what happens here? Do you all still remember?
In the Kangao. So is it list method? What are we doing?
No. Seems like I'm trying to show you the similarities.
Oh, okay. Between what and what?
So this is a list method,
Oh yes.
and this is a dictionary. So with this list method, what's happening here?
0, 1, 2, 3. Wait. I think it's to replace
That's
4 and
correct.
5.
That's correct. Look at student. We already have student here. Then, so what's happening with this student?
They're being replaced.
So,
Yeah.
So what's happening?
Replacement.
Brandon anga kubuditswa
We're removing Brandon and putting what?
Alan.
That's correct. So if you want to replace a value in a list, you in a dictionary, you just write the dictionary name, square brackets, and the key. Right? So it's dictionary name, square bracket, the key, the equal sign, and then followed by the new value. Right?
Okay.
See, I then printed my list. Now it said my name is what? It's now Alan. It's no longer Brandon because I've replaced Brandon with what? Alan.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can change the value of an existing key.
Yes.
So we now get it.
Yes, please comment. I don't know if you can comment somehow, but
Or write a comment.
I think when we run the code on our own, we will notice.
Open existing key. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Student city equals Harar. So this highlighted part, it does what? The one that we just did, this one, what does it do?
Change.
It does what? This one.
Change the value of an existing key.
Okay, it changes the name of the student, right? So here, so this is supposed to do what?
To add information for the student.
Okay, so these two are similar. What happens is that when we run this code, Python is going to check, do we have the key name? If we do, okay, this is the new value. Then it checks on student, do we have the key city? No, we don't have the key. If we don't have the key, it's going to add this into the student. Right? So this adds a new key and a new value into the student. Right? See, I ran the code. We now have city Harare. Because when Python checked for this key city in our student dictionary, it wasn't there, so it added it. Okay. So you should be careful when you are changing the value of an existing key. If you make a mistake with your key, Python is going to add it instead of it's going to add a new item in your dictionary instead of replace the one that you intended to replace. Okay. Do we understand how it works?
So the key ndinooneka kuti irimo iri mudictionary. Let's say taedha imwe key isimo mudictionary ndobva inobva yaedhera zvinhu zviri mudictionary, asi tikaedha rimwe key rimo mudictionary ndobva inochinja value.
That's correct.
Okay.
So any questions?
Yeah, no.
No. Okay. Okay. If you want to remove a key and its value, we say student dot pop followed by the key. So student.pop method, it removes a key and its value. Okay, it removes a key and its value. So if you want to remove something from a dictionary, if you want to remove the entire item in a dictionary, we use .pop. It removes .pop, open a bracket, and then you enter the key, the name of your key. So it's going to remove both key and the value.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we also have let's say print student.keys. Who wants to take a guess on what this is going to do?
Me,
This yes, Mr. Lupangwa.
I think it's going to search the data types inside.
No. Okay, I'm not running the code. So, your name of the dictionary .keys, it prints all of the keys inside the dictionary. See, it printed name and age because those are the keys inside the dictionary. Then we have student.values. And then .values, it prints all of the values inside the dictionary. Right. So .keys, it returns all the values inside the so .keys returns all the keys inside the dictionary, and .values returns all the values inside the dictionary. Okay. So you understand how .keys and .values works.
Sir, please just repeat on .keys. You said it returns what?
All of the keys, this on the left side, it returns all of them.
Keys,
Yes. And then .values returns all of the values on the right side. So the keys and the values are separated by a colon. Right. Do you now get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, then we have print student.items. So this returns both the keys and the values, but they are separated. If you look at my terminal, on the left side we have what are the keys, or on the left side we have the first dictionary item, and then followed by the second dictionary item. It prints this, the first one, followed by the second one, it goes to the third one, and so on and so on. Okay, so .items returns both the keys and values together. So it's also the same as just print student and just printing the dictionary instead of using .items. Okay. Okay, we also have print student.get name. Okay. Before we said use student city. Okay, no. Oh yeah, we said we print student square brackets, the name of the key, right, to get the value, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But when you're working with a large code base, this is not recommended. The recommended method is .getName. So I'm not saying that you should not use student square brackets and then the name of the key. No, this is, you are going to find this a lot of times, and you're also going to find this .get a lot of times. So it's going to depend on the type of thing that you are working on. Okay, so as we create our create our projects, we are going to see the difference between .get and student name, on where you are supposed to use this and where you are supposed to use that. Right. So the .get method, it safely retrieves a value using its key.
.get method.
Yes. Okay. So we also have this one. Let's say student dot update. Okay. So let's say name Brendan. Okay. So before we said student square bracket city student square bracket name equals Alan, right? Okay. This also it changes, it also updates a value, right? But .update is more safe to use. Okay. There are certain cases where you're going to use this method, this one, and then there are certain cases where you're going to use the .update and the .get and the .get methods. Okay. So for now, you should just know them and how to write them. As we create more projects, that's when you're going to see the differences between them. And so in case when you're working with databases, you're most likely going to use .update and .get. Okay. So the .update method, it also changes existing values or adds new key value pairs. If it checks the dictionary, if there is no key code name, it's going to add it. So it's the same as this one. Okay. So any questions?
No.
No. Okay. We also have a student dot clear. This clears our dictionary. It removes everything from the dictionary. Okay, so if we want to remove everything from the dictionary, we use the .clear method. Okay. And, any questions so far with dictionary methods? Any questions?
Yeah. So far, so good.
So far, so good. Okay. Now, let's move on to loops. Looping through a dictionary. Looping through a dictionary. Okay, so we're going to have our dictionary. Employee, we're going to have name, it's James, with age 35, position software developer, right? Okay, for okay, so with the list, the tuple and the set, those data structures are not key value pairs, so you know that if you do this, it's going to print out the values, right? But since a dictionary, it has a key and it has a value, so what is this for loop going to print? Is it going to print the key, is it going to print the value, or is it going to print both the key and the value? Who wants to answer that one?
I think it's going to print key.
The key.
Say question.
Yes.
Is the for loop running through a student or it's running through employee?
Oh, thank you for that. It's supposed to run through employee.
You see, one thing attention.
Okay. So I'm not running the code. It printed what the keys: name, age, position, right? So if you want to print the key, the values only, what are we supposed to do? What can we do? So let's say we have for values in employee, right? Print values. Okay. This alone is not going to print the values. If I run the code, it's still going to print the keys, right? So what can we do for it to print the values? The answer is in here. What's missing?
Print.
The answer is
Yeah.
Learn what for
We do what?
We use line football, like the syntax is line football.
Student.values. Okay.
Correct.
Oh, so
Yes,
we
but
use dot values. So what do we put dot values?
So I think we should write employee.
Okay, yes, employee dot values.
No, the line 63 in the print one.
No. Remember, this one is only printing this temporary variable.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh, what is that so?
Yes, this one is only printing. Remember, the for loop is going to loop through all of the items inside this dictionary or whatever data structure we're working with. Then it takes that item, puts it in this temporary variable, then we print it. So now, since we say that we need to use dot values, where do we put dot values? Anyone wants to take a guess?
To print values.
No. Okay, we don't put it in the print statement. We are supposed to print it in. We are supposed to put it in line 62. Yeah,
Values.
yes, you are correct. We are supposed to use dot values. But where are we going to put it? In line 62.
And there will be my colon.
Okay, so remember that okay, let me see. Print all the keys. Print all the values. Print all the values. Print all the keys. So you want to get a value. Remember that dot values prints all the what? All the values. So we're supposed to take our dictionary name and assign dot values to our dictionary name. So it's supposed to be employee dot values. So what we're now telling this for loop is that instead of looping through the keys, loop on the value side. Do you guys get it? On this one you can also add dot keys.
Loop on the keys.
Yeah, for key in employee dot keys to print all the keys, but it's not necessary because by default this for loop is going to loop the keys.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the difference is that you now want it to loop on the value side, so you now need to tell it loop on the value side using dot values. Okay, let me run the code. Okay, I ran the code. It printed what? James 35, software developer.
Wow. Values.
Yes. So if you want to access all of the values, you use dot values. If you want to access all of the keys, you use what? Dot keys. So the trick is just if you say, okay, this one is supposed to print all the keys. In my for loop, I want to print all the keys. But let me just put dot keys and see what's going to happen. If I get an error, then I know that it's wrong. So which means I need to change something or I need to put something else.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions? No questions?
No question.
Okay.
Yes, question actually. So for loops, are we always going to include a temporary variable
Yes.
in our statements? Okay.
There's no for loop without a temporary variable.
Okay. So could you give me just so I can also understand, what's the purpose of a temporary variable?
Remember, a for loop, we're looping over this dictionary, right?
Yes.
So when it accesses an item inside that dictionary, it needs to store it somewhere so that you can access that item. This is where the temporary variable comes in. So you are looping over our dictionary. We get the first item. We take that item, put it inside the temporary variable. We take the temporary variable. We do whatever we're doing with the code. When we are done, the for loop runs again, and then it overrides the previous temporary variable, the value, and so on. That's why it's called a loop.
Wow, thank you.
Okay. So we have for key value in student, print key value. All right, I want us to loop over both name and over both key and the value. What do we use? The answer is in these list methods. What do we use?
If we want to what, sorry?
To loop over both the keys and the value.
Yeah, I need assist from say Alan.
The answer is in this list methods.
Print all the values. So we use the dot values. Wait.
Correct.
Wait.
Oh no, it prints all the
That's
all the items we use dot item.
So with this one, we're now telling Python we want to access both the key and the value. I'm now running the code. See, oh, I used student instead of employee.
Student Alan.
Okay, see, name James, age 35, position software developer. Okay. So if you want to access all of the items, we use what? Dot items. So in our loop, we now have two temporary variables. So on the left side is the key, on the right side is the value. Then we have in the name of the dictionary dot items to now tell Python that we are looping through every item in that dictionary, whether it's a key or it's a value. Okay. Any questions?
yeah.
Okay. Remember, I said that a dictionary, a key, it's always a string, right?
Dictionary key is always a string. Yes.
And the value is what? It can store it.
The value can store, I think, the string is also, I don't know, they were matching. It is pairs. I think the dictionary, you said the dictionary store information, key value pairs.
Yes. So a string is always a key is always a string, but the value can store anything, any data type, any data structure.
Okay.
What I mean about that? Okay. Okay. Let's say we have student 1 name. Tadiwa. Okay. Max. Okay, Max 70, 60, 20. So a dictionary can store, okay, let's also say age, '17. Yeah. So a dictionary can store a string, an integer, even a list.
Okay.
We can even store a dictionary inside a dictionary. Okay, let's say classes. English, right? That's 1, maths plus 2. See, so the dictionary, you can store a string, integer, a list, even a dictionary, a set, a tuple, or whatever.
Wow.
So a dictionary is a must know and a must understand Python data structure. It's a must know.
Okay, see.
So during the weekend, it's very important for you guys to play around with it and understand how it works.
Yes, we'll do so, see.
Okay. Anyone with a question?
Yes,
Yeah, yes.
France or Morocco?
Obvious, France.
Okay, say no questions for me.
Okay. This one, let's say we have a print. So we say student 1. We are accessing marks, and then that 0. Now remember, we're now working with a list. So what's happening here is, this is our dictionary, right? In that dictionary, we're now accessing what? The value of marks, which is a list. Then that's why we can now use indexing.
Okay.
So we first access the dictionary. We have now accessed the dictionary. We move to our list marks. We're now inside our list. We can then now use indexing to access the items inside the list. Okay, so first we have to access the dictionary, then access the list using the keys. Then we can use an indexing to access a specific mark.
Say, this is a very good sequence. If you can just then possibly just comment, just so that we can remember. But it's beautiful.
Okay.
Just a comment you can think of.
Access the dictionary. Then access the list marks, then access its values by indexing, and then also have print student 1 classes English. So this is the same as this one. We access our dictionary, then we access the inner dictionary using the key. Then we now access the keys, or the keys of the values inside our dictionary, inside our inner dictionary.
Yes.
Do you guys see the similarities between these two?
Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Come again.
So first we access the dictionary, right?
Dictionary student 1. Yes.
Then you now access the inner dictionary using its key, this one.
Classes.
Then we now access the value of class 1 using its key. So we access this first dictionary, followed by the second one, and then we now access the keys, the items inside the dictionary. Okay. Any questions? So I'll take that as no questions. Right. So today we learned that A dictionary stores information using key value pairs. Keys are used to access values. Dictionaries can be updated by adding, changing, or removing key value pairs. We also talked about the useful dictionary methods, including .get, .keys, .values, .pop. We can loop through a dictionary using .keys, .values, and .items. Dictionaries can store any type of data, whether it's a string, whether it's another dictionary inside a dictionary, or it's a list, or it's a set, or anything. A dictionary can store it. Even inside this dictionary classes that is inside another dictionary, we can add another dictionary inside it. That's how flexible a dictionary is.
Yeah, it's quite flexible.
So when it comes to Python data structures, a list and a dictionary, those two are the top data structures that you're going to work with every day, so that I must know.
Yes, list and dictionaries.
Okay. So any questions before we close today's lecture?
So far we can say we've learned four data structures.
Yes.
We learned lists, sets, dictionaries,
And tuples.
And tuples.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Beautiful lesson. Thank you.